Good morning, friends. Starting my day off early by going up to the neighboring town of Durango, Colorado. Gonna go to a few of my favorite thrift stores that tend to deal in better quality clothing. Been having some good luck selling off clothing on my eBay store. So I like to chase those name brands that are real high quality, like Ralph Lauren. And I also have had some good success up there finding vintage Wrangler shirts. So follow along with me today. Going to chase around some deals and hopefully invest my money into making more money. And it's going to be a nice morning. It's a little bit cold though, so follow along. So I've just arrived in the town of Durango, Colorado, which is in the southwestern corner of the state. It's located just several hours away from Telluride. And what's cool about Durango is it's a historic mining town. It's a mountain town, and it's just overall really cool and has a different vibe and a different culture of people. I'm very grateful because it gives me a chance to get away from my hometown, which is in northern New Mexico, and it's only about a 45-minute drive for me. So I tend to come up here and frequent the restaurants a lot because they have some better dining options than I have back home. And I like to come up here, as I said before, because I tend to find better quality goods to source and resell, especially when it comes to garments, menswear, clothing, things like that. And so right now I've just pulled up to the Home Depot, gonna race in, look at their clearance aisle, see if I can find anything to do some retail arbitrage. As I've said in previous videos, I don't have a ton of success doing arbitrage, nor do I invest a lot of my money into it because you often are paying higher prices even if the item is discounted heavily, and you have to sometimes wait longer to get your money back from these investments. So the sales can be very long tail or very slow. So nonetheless, most of the thrift stores are still closed right now and Home Depot is open. Gonna run in here and probably the Walmart down the road and just check out the clearance aisles, like I said, to see if I can find something to buy, to reinvest and sell on eBay to make a profit. So let's check out what we can find. Always got to check out the houseplant aisle. Love houseplants. Got too many though. It's a cool philodendron. Some big old leaves. So this is a decent price on this flush mount, but the sell-through is really just not there. So, all right. So not too much luck there. Didn't expect there to be. There was some flush recessed lights that were marked down about, 70% off. But like I said, I checked the comps and nobody was buying them. So not something I was really interested in investing my money long-term into anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the road and take a little bit of time to drink some coffee and probably list some items while I burn 30 minutes. And then I'll sprint through a few of the thrift stores around Durango here. So see what we can come up with. So just pulled up in front of the Durango Walmart. Gonna run inside and just take a gander at their clearance aisle. You never know, and as I always say in past videos, the consistency of making a lot of stops and checking out a lot of places to source goods is the key to my success, and hopefully will be yours. So stay diligent out there. I also like to go to different Walmarts to just check out their packing supplies and their mailing supplies, see if there's anything that might benefit my mailing room. And I'm always searching for weird, odd-sized boxes. There's always something out there that I'm sending off that's a strange shape, strange size, and then I'm finding myself cutting down boxes, which is just time-consuming and takes time away from me spending time with my kids or doing other things to invest my time. So I'm gonna race in here and check out what they got. All right, so super disappointed. The Walmart I'm in seems to have done away with the clearance aisle, which is the same case back home at the two Walmarts that are near my house. I think they're trying to make room for holiday inventory. So one thing I've noticed is that you just need to find and source your clearance items on the end caps. They are there. You just got to dig and search a little bit harder. Okay, so here's the electronics section, and I did find some yellow tag clearance. Not really anything I want to buy, but those low marked items are hidden. You just gotta be on the lookout for them. All right, check some comp prices on this ink. Most of it's not that desired, and the price is still just too high for it to be worth picking up. All right, so picking hard through the vinyl here, something I don't deal with a whole lot. I have found a few things worth some money. All right, this is an old vintage Pyrex. It's a little beat up, and the price is way high. Pretty sweet score. All right, came across some great finds at the Durango Goodwill. Got a Patagonia fleece zip up. Does have some embroidery, but it's XXL, so I think I can sell this. This is probably the big steal of the day. This is a vintage Carhartt jacket. It's in pretty good condition for its age. It's got that Aztec print. It's probably worth a few $100. Got me an Ariat FR shirt and a nice blue and white pinstripe. That's money. Got me a cinch classic cowboy shirt. It's a small, but it's got about a 70% sell-through rate, so that's money. Black Carhartt fleece vest. And then I'm on the fence. This 511 tactical sells. It's a 2XL. It's not that much money. Probably gonna pick it up. All right, so I was only in the Durango Goodwill for maybe an hour and a half, but I dug through quite a bit of their Ralph Lauren polo shirts. Ended up getting quite a few Western shirts, a really cool vintage Carhartt jacket, and some other goods. So made some good money on this haul, and pretty happy about the 60 bucks I spent. Hopefully I can turn it into maybe something like 300. So Goodwill was successful. Happy about what I was able to source there. Probably spent a little more than I planned on, but I'm just down the street at the local La Plata County Humane Society thrift store. I always find some really nice stuff inside this store, but they have it extremely priced up. So I'm very picky about what I do find, but kind of like the Goodwill here in Durango, I often find very high quality clothing that's been donated by the locals. And so I try to take advantage of that anytime I can. And so gonna run through here real quick and then probably drive up to downtown Durango, check out a few of the sites that I love to see, and also check out the Methodist thrift store, and then head home, grab my kids off the bus, and that'll be the best part of my day, getting to see my kids. So I am here sitting outside of the Methodist thrift store in Durango, Colorado. Kind of struck out at the last thrift store I was at, and that's okay. As I said earlier, the prices are always kind of high at that thrift store, despite them having really nice inventory and a nice selection of goods and clothing. This thrift store, on the other hand, I've had better success at, and the prices aren't so bad. I was able to get some vintage LL Bean garments the other day, and also a very cool vintage retro Nike all-condition gear jacket. So I've had a lot of views and watches on that jacket since I listed it to my eBay account, and I'm hoping to race inside of here and see what I can find. So apparently someone was rather thirsty. Okay, so did pretty good at the Methodist Church thrift store here in Durango. Was able to pick up a cinch pearl snap brush popper that's pretty nice. Didn't pay about $4 for it. And then scored a Ralph Lauren long sleeve knit polo, tag on, brand new, $5. Brand new, the shirt was $85. So hopefully I'll be able to flip that pretty easy since it's new. I will have to run a lint roller across it because it's black and it's got some fuzz on it. But overall, pretty good finds, and also picked up an LL Bean long sleeve button up. It was only $4, probably take a little while to sell, but definitely worth the investment of my money. So all in all, I've done really well with scoring a lot of good clothing today. Wish I had picked up some other items, but here lately, clothing is what I'm finding and what is got good sell-through rate. And so that's super important to always keep in mind what you're purchasing and make sure that it's something somebody else is desiring and wants. So it's been a pretty good day. Gonna go ahead and stop by one of my favorite spots here in Durango and wrap things up for the day, and then head home and get my kiddos off the bus here after a few more hours. So it's been a great day. Thanks for joining. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. All right, so this is the Sanders Serpent, and it is one of my favorite pieces of street art here in Durango. It's at the very end of downtown, and it is known by the natives in Native American lore to be called Weebajuse. I think I'm saying that right. And so Weebajuse was believed in by many different tribes, including the Cherokee, the Choctaw, Chickasaw, and Creek. And it is believed to be a serpent that protected the earth but lived in the water. And so this is one of my favorite places in Durango. And let me back up here just a little bit so you can see the face. This is a beautiful mural, and a couple, I believe, created it just a couple years back. So it's really eye-catching when you're driving down from the ski resort and you cross the intersection of the highway and downtown Maine. So I'm a huge fan of street art, and I just wanted to go ahead and share that. It's one of the cool free things to see in Durango if you're in the area. So come check it out. All right, made the pilgrimage back down south to New Mexico. I'm in my hometown of Aztec. I'm right outside my buddy Jason's thrift store. It's one of the places I go pick once in a while. It is very different than the thrift stores I was at earlier this morning that carry very nice clothing and goods. This is a thrift store that my friend tends to source his products from by going out and auctioning, or buying, I should say, rental storage sheds at auction when they've went into foreclosure. And so gonna run inside, just make a quick little loop, see if I can find anything good in here, see if there's anything worth picking. The one good thing about this place, even though it's kind of junky, is that I can often haggle with my buddy Jason. He'll come down on his prices, which is more like a garage sale, yard sale, and less like Goodwill or other thrift stores where you have to pay one set price. So gonna go see what I can find. I'm not gonna keep my hopes up that there's a bunch here because I very seldomly buy things, but once in a blue moon I do find something. And again, this is definitely a very different type of thrift store than the ones I usually go into. So we're gonna go see what we can find.
See how these you got doing that open-minded.
Alright, so Jason does keep his stuff in quite a bit of disarray, but this is exactly what I'm trying to find. Is an old Western shirt like this, and this looks right up my alley. So it's a good size and it's funky colors, and it's not pearl snap, but it is definitely original and just what I'm looking for. So pretty cool. Glad to find it. See if he'll give it to me for a couple bucks. All right, so upon further inspection, this shirt is rendered worthless. I'm so bummed too, because it's super original and a super cool color, and had it been in a little better condition, would definitely be worth some money, but it is too far gone. That's just too bad. Darn it. Well, not finding too much over here at Poppin' Tags or my buddy Jason's store. Looked through the clothing aisle. Pretty disappointed to find that ripped Wrangler. But it's alright, because I had some good picks at some of the other thrift stores up in Durango today. So, gonna keep moving. Alright, so despite being disappointed by finding that really cool vintage Wrangler shirt that was all funky in color, I was able to score a couple pairs of older Doc Martens boots. One pair is a low cut set, the other pair is a high top set, and both pairs are fairly old. They're not made in England. They were the made in China version that are not quite as desirable or valuable, but there's still some money to be made, and my boy Jason hooked me up as he always does. Sold them both to me for $1 a piece. I'm thinking I probably, off the top of my head, could probably get somewhere between 40 to 50 bucks for each pair. I am gonna have to do a little bit put a little bit of elbow grease into them and clean them up, but that's the nature with some types of shoes. And shoes are desired, shoes are collectible, and shoes do sell. So I'm not crazy about selling shoes, but I am crazy about making money and not having to work that hard for it. So I got one more stop I think I might make at the Church of the Nazarene thrift store. I like to loop through this place and just give the old ladies there a hello and sometimes an occasional hug. And occasionally I find a nice pair of shoes or something cool there to sell for profit. So day's winding down. Thanks for joining. If you're still watching, you're a champ. I'm sure this video's dragged a little bit, but I hope you like it, and I hope you're excited for the things I'm picking. So last thrift store was kind of a bust. There was quite a few people inside. It is later in the afternoon, and usually all the good new stuff that's been put out's probably been bought up. So no big deal. I have found a lot of good stuff at that thrift store, but I went ahead and made myself get down the highway and force myself, instead of going home, to pull into the local Dollar General. I've got a few garments that I picked up today that have some stains, mainly the Carhartt jacket that I want to treat, but also the Patagonia fleece. It has some stains on one of the sleeves. Both of those garments, if I can get them up clean and taken care of and put into more of an optimal condition or a cleaner state than they are, will fetch a lot more money. So my mission is to just run in and grab a little bit of OxyClean. I do have some of the spray, but I like to treat the garments with the spray and then soak them in OxyClean cold water in my washer for several hours. I've had some really great success treating Western shirts and some other jackets with OxyClean. And again, I don't work for OxyClean. I'm just simply trying to get my garments as clean as possible. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Just what we're after. All right, so this is the best part of the video when I get to share my haul. These are all the garments and several pairs of shoes that I've sourced out today while trying to find goods to buy to resell for profit. So I'm going to start with a Carhartt fleece vest. This is a very modern vest, and I did have to pay $10, which is more of a Goodwill price for this vest. But fortunately, it's got good sell-through rate. It's a good brand, and I think I should be able to sell this for $30 to $40. And so after I move on from the vest, I've got a very nice Carhartt work FR shirt, and it's in a very nice white and blue pinstripe pattern. This shirt here will probably easily get me somewhere between $40 to $50, and it should sell pretty quick because of the brand. I like Carhartt because they make some really nice country western shirts, but they also have a very high sell-through rate, and it's a very good quality shirt. So I like dealing with Carhartt products, easy to sell. My next shirt here is an LL Bean long sleeve, and it's vintage. It was only $4 at the Methodist thrift store, so I decided to pick it up. I'm hoping I can maybe at least turn $20 and get some shipping out of it. It's a beautiful shirt, it's very clean, and I just couldn't pass it up because of the brand and because I've had success selling LL Bean vintage shirts in the past, but I've always dealt with like flannels and denim shirts and knit shirts. So this long sleeve is more of a dress shirt. Hopefully I'll get the money I'm looking for, but I definitely think I'll at least be able to make my $4 back. I'm pretty certain of it. So this next shirt up is a beautiful cinch shirt. I think I paid $7.99, maybe $8.99 for this shirt. And this is from the Classic Cowboy collection, so it has a real pretty label to it. It's probably a little bit hard to see from that far out. But this shirt here has a nice mandala flower pattern print with brown and several tones of blue. It's a super nice country western shirt. I think I should easily be able to sell this cinch shirt for somewhere along the lines of $30 to $40 maybe, plus shipping. And I also was lucky enough to pick up another cinch shirt. This one really grabbed my eye because of the color and also the Southwestern design. This Southwestern design scheme is really popular right now, and also these lighter pastel colors. This one's kind of a light green, almost a teal, but long story short, this is a gorgeous shirt. I also think it should be able to garnish me right around $30 to $40 if the right buyer comes along and I'm patient. So cinch always has good sell-through. And up next is a Ralph Lauren long sleeve knit polo shirt. I was gonna walk on this shirt, but I just couldn't. It still has the price tag on it, so it's brand new, and I didn't pay anything for it. So it might be a little bit slow to sell, but it's still from a good brand name, and it is a more modern Ralph Lauren polo. So it's not vintage, but that's okay. If it doesn't sell, it'll always fit me because it's a medium. So if I need it, it's there. Okay, winding it down with my garments. So this is a 5'11" tactical shirt. This shirt right here is a double XL. These shirts are highly durable. They're almost like Carhartt made material. I believe it's a polyester and cotton blend that makes this garment so heavy and so thick, but you can just feel it's a good made quality shirt. There's nothing real special about it, but it does have some cool oversized buttons. And so I paid $5.99 for this shirt, and I'm hoping to turn it for $25 to $30 plus shipping. All right, this garment here was also kind of a tough decision. This is a triple XL Patagonia zip-up fleece. This is a big-time seller on eBay, and it's got a few problems with it that made me kind of question if I should purchase it, but I went ahead and rolled the dice on it. The number one problem that this garment has is that it has an embroidery on it from a local bank in Durango. And so the other issue is that on this sleeve, it has some light red stains. And I'm not sure if it's Kool-Aid or mud, dirt, grime. I'm just not sure. So I'm gonna fall back as I always do on OxiClean. I'll spot treat this with OxiClean spray and then soak it in some cold water with OxiClean soap solution for several hours tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to still sell this garment despite the embroidery and the stain on the sleeve, and maybe make 50, 60, maybe even $70 because it's such a big size. So I'm gonna save this garment for last. Let me go ahead and share my shoe haul with you. I did find this pair of nice black Keens for $5. Keen shoes are always a solid seller. They do need cleaned up a little bit, but they're not in bad shape. I think I should be able to turn these for $35, $45 hopefully. So can't go wrong with Keen. My friend Jason that owns a thrift store in Aztec, my hometown, was kind enough to sell me these old Doc Martens. These are a very large size. They're size 13, and these are somewhat vintage Docs. I shouldn't have a problem selling them. I'm gonna have to clean them up, but I do have some leather conditioner that should make these guys glow up and look a lot newer. And this pair over here is also some high top Doc Martens. They should clean up nicely. The big reason I decided to buy these is because Doc Martens sell, especially the vintage ones. Anything in a plus big size for men is always a good seller, and the tread on the bottom of these boots was still in very good condition despite their age. So I figured there was some potential, but I have to put some footwork and some elbow grease into cleaning them up to make my profit. So going out and sourcing goods isn't always easy. Oftentimes there's a lot of work on the back burner that people don't realize, and sometimes that's cleaning up goods or spot treating garments. And I apparently have got an education in how to really clean laundry through my endeavors of selling clothing. So I'm gonna finish up the last of my video today. It was a good day sourcing, but the biggest pick of the day was this Carhartt vintage 90s red jacket. It caught my eye as it has the Southwest design on it, and a good childhood friend of mine had one of these in black with the same Aztec design across the breast or the chest piece. This jacket I paid $16 for. It does have some stains on the elbows, and it does have some color loss down by the zipper, but it doesn't matter. People want these kind of jackets because they're super vintage, they're stylish with the Aztec pattern, and regardless if they have some wear to them, some distress, even some stains, people are still gonna buy them. But I'm gonna go ahead like I'm gonna do with this Patagonia fleece. I'm gonna spot treat it in OxiClean. I'm gonna soak it in OxiClean soap overnight in cold water. And then I'm just gonna pray that this thing comes out looking like it did in 1992 when it was brand new. So thanks for joining me. I know this video was a little bit long. I'm passionate about reselling. I'm passionate about picking, and I love my neighboring town of Durango, Colorado. So I can't stress it enough. If you ever get the chance, if you're ever in Southwestern Colorado or Northwestern New Mexico, try to find your way up to Durango and have a good bite to eat, or go just drive through the mountains north of Durango. You won't regret it. So I appreciate your time. Thanks for your energy and thanks for watching. And again, if you like this video, you like what you're seeing, you enjoy watching me pick and talk about the things I find and sell, please hit like and subscribe. And we'll do it again next time.